Well, hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Geraint and this is Dark Sky Photography. This evening there's an opportunity to grab the Hunter Supermoon Rise, and so I'm hoping I can capture this evening without too many clouds being in the way. So here I am at the Holyhead Quarry Park, which is just at the port of Holyhead, and you can see Anglesey and the breakwater in the background, and I'm hoping to get the moonrise in that direction. And so I've got a spot just up the track here. It's called Bishop's Pulpit because it's got a beautiful view of the breakwater, the sea and of Anglesey. So I'm going to head that way now and set up. Here's the intro. Here's my spot, folks, Bishop's Pulpit. My view, hopefully, of the supermoon rise this evening. So I'm going to get set up here, and behind me you can see the Stena Irish Ferries ship coming in just at the end of the breakwater. Check it out. Canon6D camera with a 100 to 400 millimeter L series Canon lens to zoom up on the moon. And the moon is going to be east southeast, compass bearing about 69 degrees. I'll check with photo pills and my own compass just to make sure. You can see the cloud of horizon. I'm not too sure how well that we're going to capture this supermoon rise. Grab a go though, and because it's during golden hour, there's a lot of light around, and so we'll capture a lot of landscape, foreground detail, so I don't have to really mess around with long exposures here. Short exposures, low ISO, and yeah, aperture, I think we'll go for around f8.9 and get everything in quite good focus from the front to the back, and bird's eye will focus on the most distant object, hoping that I can retain detail of a lunar surface if it does crop up on the horizon behind the hills of Anglesey there. And then as the moon rises, if I'm lucky enough to catch it, I will shorten the shutter speed, reducing the exposure length so I don't overexpose the lunar surface. The foreground will get a bit darker, but maybe I can bring that back a bit in post later, bring the shadows up. So that's the plan. I'll time lapse it with an interval, say about 2 seconds. Nice fast interval for a smooth ride, watching the moon rising in the sky, and do a test exposure just before the time it's meant to show itself above those distant hills, which is around 6:05. And so I'll get the moon to the left of my screen and it should rise up diagonally. So I'll do this in landscape orientation. It's getting to that time, need to set up. Important to use intervalometers here because I don't want to touch the camera too much when I take exposures, and make sure they're set to the same channel so they connect with each other. And we'll just set it up for a 2-second interval. My initial test exposure with 10 minutes before moonrise, it looks pretty good, and I've shortened exposure to about 180th f9 ISO 100, and so that looks okay. We'll attach these intervalometers, and then I'll do a bearing check on where I think the moon is going to rise with my compass and photo pills, and make sure my camera is pointing the right way and ready to go. Going into live view mode reduces vibration of my camera because I'm not using the mechanical shutter on live view mode, and also I get a quick appreciation of the brightness of the scene, so I can more readily adjust the exposure when needed. Okay, that looks pretty good. It's underexposing by half a stop. I'm happy with that because I don't want to overexpose. And so all I need to do now is check the camera is pointing the right way. Time for photo pills. Okay, so I'm in the planner or photo pills or plan mode, so I've positioned myself where I need to be, which is this place, Bishop's Pulpit, and I've placed my mark on the end of a lighthouse because at 6 o'clock in a couple of minutes that's where the moonrise should occur. And now I'll go into augmented reality mode and see how accurate it is. It should be rising above the hill behind the lighthouse at the end of the breakwater. And so according to photo pills, I'm bang on position here, so I'll just make sure my camera is pointing that way, and I'll double check the bearing with my compass. So 69 degrees I need on this. It looks thereabouts to me. We've got the Stena ferry arriving into Holyhead Port, but look at all that cloud there. That's exactly where the moon is meant to rise. 2 minutes to go before moonrise, and there's so much cloud still there. Will I see anything? Will I see a nice big supermoon? You know, the hunter's moon, as it's known, is because traditionally in October the hunter traditionally go out, kill lots of animals and stock up in their larders for the winter months ahead. And if it was in early October, it'd be known as the harvest moon because all the farmers would bring their crops in and again stock up their cupboards and larders ready for the harder winter months ahead, so they can all eat over those thin months. And for supermoons, they can be up to 30% brighter and 15% larger than the normal full moons because of their closer proximity in orbit to Earth. And the colour, if you want to know why it's so a vibrant reddish orange colour, is because of the Rayleigh scattering effect. And what that does is the wavelengths of light which interact with our planet and atmosphere, well, at the lower atmosphere levels, as in on the horizon where you've got more haze, more pollution and a thicker slice of atmosphere, the blue light gets attenuated and scattered more. The longer wavelength red light is better able to slice through all the murk at horizon level, and so everything is more reddish, hence you get the golden hour. And also, as the moon rises into the cleaner atmosphere of the sky, then the blue waveforms are better able to penetrate, and there's lots of blue in atmosphere, and hence the sky is blue. And so there you have it. The Rayleigh scattering effect causes the deeper reddish orange tones of the moon, And that process was described by some bloke back in the 18th century. How clever was he then, eh? Let's see if anything's happening behind me. Well, the moon should be rising in the next couple of minutes. I'll give it a bit more time because it has to go above the hills behind me. Hopefully it might breach the clouds so we see some colour. That's where the moon is. It should be starting to broach the island of Anglesey. And I'm hoping it might go above the cloud there. But you're talking around about 18:26, another 20 minutes. So I've started my time-lapse in motion, just in case I'm lucky enough the moon might poke through those clouds. I've had to do a new test exposure, and I've just increased the shutter speed a little bit just to extend the exposure time, as the foreground was looking quite dark. And now I'll just wait and adjust manually if the moon ever does arise and appear in the frame. So I'll keep a close eye on it because the moon may well be further to the right because it's already moving across the horizon behind those clouds. So I'm going to have to quickly readjust my camera. So keep a close eye on things. It's now starting to poke up above those clouds, so we are getting a little bit of the supermoon horizon here. Just there. So we might have something to show you after all. And then I'm going to go comet hunting. Hi folks, well there it is, it finally rose above the cloud layer. It's still got a bit of colour in it, which is quite nice. I've had to move my camera into portrait orientation because it went out of frame in landscape, and we'll just extend the time lapse just to see a little bit of ascent of the moon into our night sky as it will get brighter and whiter. But there it is. I give you folks, the Hunter Moon. Not the best of the supermoon rises, but at least I got something of it. But there's something else in the sky tonight, and if it's around, I'll show you it. It might be quite nice to look at. So stay tuned and follow the vlog and see what happens. I'll give you the link to the other video of the other thing in the night sky down below. Check it out. It's not bad. But I'm glad you could join me to watch this super moon rise, if you can call it that, and I hope you enjoyed the vlog. If you did, give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you want, and hopefully we'll see you again. Like always, stay safe. Clear skies, be nice. Time for the end scene. See you later. Oh, and for time lapse, if you want to see it, it's next. Bye folks.